Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Friday the 8th of December 2017. I'm Darren Sinden, and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @@s_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves we need to be aware of. First of all, sterling is proving to be pretty resilient against the US dollar, up 0.89% at 135.1150. There are potential developments today as regards Brexit. We'll look at those again in more detail. See how the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar have moved in lockstep down against the US dollar. The yen has also weakened against the dollar, 113.38 now, dollar yen. That's one to keep an eye on, I suspect, over the coming days. The Brazilian real and the South African rand are both given ground against the dollar. We'll look at a bit more detail at the real momentarily. The star, though, however, of the last 24 hours has been Bitcoin. The move here says 14.59%, and the price is $15,610. However, the coin traded above $19,000 yesterday afternoon in a wild session, even by Bitcoin standards. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. Well, it's a pretty busy calendar, so we'll crack on. First of all, be aware that we are reaching the debt ceiling again in the States, and this is the point at which the US government could shut down as it runs out of money. We also had, in terms of data, home loans data out of Australia, suggesting that the home loan market is cooling somewhat there. Chinese trade balance data came out at 2 a.m. this morning. We'll look at that in a bit more detail momentarily. At 7 a.m. GMT, we will have similar data out of Germany. And then at 9:30 in the UK, we'll have manufacturing production data for October, and that'll be followed at 1 o'clock by a GDP estimate for 3 months to November for the UK. Now, the main event of the day, of course, is the non-farm payrolls data out of the US. That's due at 13:30. It's been delayed for a week and much anticipated, as it will feed directly into the Fed's decision on interest rates next week. So watch out for that. We've got a live webinar starting at 13:15 today with Boris and Kathy. Look at my Twitter stream to find details of how you can register for that. And to finish the day at 1800, the Baker Hughes US oil rig count, which obviously feeds directly into oil prices. Right, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all, Chinese exports grew twice as fast as anticipated in November, and the country's trade balance has surged as a result. More good news from Asia. Japan's Q3 GDP is revised higher to 0.6%, effectively doubling the growth since the last read. Meanwhile, a sharp drop in the Brazilian real occurred as chances of pension reform in the country fade. Brazil, of course, is a country with much opportunity but many problems to overcome, and pension reform was seen as one of the ways to overcome some of those problems. That's now not likely to happen. Theresa May and Jean-Claude Juncker will convene today to try and remedy the Irish border issue again. Obviously, this is the sticking point at the moment in the Brexit negotiations, so keep a close eye on developments there. And North Korea apparently wants to talk to Washington, says Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Right, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day. We have heard much about inequality in the modern world of late, but it seems that the picture is not as clear-cut as we may have been led to believe. Wealth is apparently more unevenly distributed than income across the developed world, and perhaps surprisingly, the situation in the UK is much better than that seen in France, Germany and Canada. The chart here plots the distribution of wealth and income across a selection of countries, and the data is drawn from the International Monetary Fund. Well worth having a look at that chart and studying its implications. Right, risk warning time. Please take a moment to read the risk warning, because trading CFDs and foreign exchange and margin can be a risky business. If you are in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of the product for you, then please contact your Pepperstone account representative. Thank you for your time.